Howdy y'all, it's Ryan from Art and Music, deep in the heart of Texas, your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio. And today we're going to do a quick and dirty lead guitar lesson video. This is really for a couple of my in-person students. We teach students every week here in person, one-on-one, and several of them have been learning this song, and so I'm going to break down all the little lead parts bit by bit, really slowly, one lick at a time, or one even micro lick at a time, to kind of get the vibe for it. This is Paranoid by Black Sabbath, the great Tony Iommi, and this is a really interesting song. And Tony has a really interesting lead guitar style that's been fun to kind of attempt to get the hang of. So let's break it down for you right now. All right, now Tony, Black Sabbath, of course, famously started as a very blues-based type of band. Tony's solos have that pentatonic blues kind of vibe to them, and so there's a lot going on here with your pentatonic scales. So if you're not familiar with your pentatonic scale shapes, your 5 positions of the pentatonic, I would recommend brushing up on that really quick. This one, however, is very interesting because he's shifting positions quite a bit on it. On the record, it sounds like he's using, it's a very fuzzy type of tone. I'm just using a distortion tone from my computer. But yeah, so if you want to be authentic, dial in some kind of fuzz pedal for this. All right, we're going to break it down one lick at a time, and then I'll play each lick really slowly and kind of talk you through it, and then I'll play through it pretty slowly the entire thing as well. So let's start with the very first lick. The very first lick is actually pretty easy to play. We're right here on the 9th fret on the G string and the 7th fret. So we're gonna, take that 9th fret with your 3rd finger is how I like to do it. We're gonna do a big bend. We're gonna bend the 9 up, return to the 7, then back to the 9. Vibrato. That's the first real lick. Or the next part, we're going to go 9, 7, 9, 7. Then we're going to string change, D string, 9, slide down to the 7. Yep. Here you go. And then we're in the 5th fret, 7th fret. 5, 7, 5, 7. On the D string, change to the A string. Another 5, 7 hammer. Hit the 7 again. We're going to go to the 5 on the D string. Back to the 7 on the A string. That second phrase is kind of long, but that's them strung together as I view them. Going back to the D string, 5, 7 again. Then we're going to 7 to 9 slide. And then G string, 7, 9 hammer. Then another 9 pick. Right? Shifting positions. It's kind of an odd solo. One of my students, Tristan, who's great, he loves Metallica and Pantera and Megadeth and like Periphery and very technical metal stuff. He was like, man, it's a weird solo, like the timing and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know. My guess is he probably just improvised this thing on the spot, I would imagine, because they had to write Paranoid really quick in the studio. It became one of their biggest hits as just sort of this throwaway song. But I'm sure he improvised that the majority of the solo. Anyways. Finishing that. Okay, now here's the tricky bit. He's going to shift positions again. We just said 7, 9. We're going to do another 7, 9, but I'm going to go with my middle finger here, second finger. I'm going to shift because I'm going to slide 7, 9. 7, 9. Because he's about to go 8, 10. That's the next lick. So a lot of times the finger choices are determined on what is coming next, right? So that's why the change of finger choice there. All right, so that one again is second finger on the 7 on the G string, slide to the 9. Right, we're going to go to the B string, 8. Hammer on. We're going to bend that 10, pull off the 8, 10, then 8, 9, 9, 8 on the B string to 9 on the G string. Does that make sense? Up to that point, so everything up to that point, next lick, we did the 8, 9, 9. Now I'm going to go back, first finger 7, 7, hammer 9, 9. 7, 9, 9. 9, slide to the 14. That's a big old shift, position shift right there. So once we do that 9, I would practice that. I would recommend practicing just that slide, third finger, G string, 9th fret to the 14. Make sure you can hit that 14 and not overshoot it to the 15 or undershoot it. And a fair bit of the solo now is going to be in this box 1 E minor with a little shift down to box 5. So we did the very typical blues. Typical blues lick. As soon as he gets up here to the 14. Now I've noticed over the years I play this a little bit differently. I think he's doing the 14, 12 on the B, 12 on the E, 15 on the B string. I think a lot of times when I'm playing it, I end up doing... I think I play it that way on accident. Instead of... So, Forgive me if I play that 12 instead of the 15. No, too many pentatonic solos in my brain, I guess. Slide up to the 14, 9 to 14, 12 on the B, 12 on the E, 15 on the B string. And then we're going to bend the shiitake mushroom out of that 15. Full step bend. And then like a three bends, you know, 2 full step bends, then like a half to the 12. Now we're going to go to the 15th fret on the E string. Full step bends again. So 3 bends all together. The last one is a bend and release, pull off to 12. Well, I'm picking it. All right, next part is the 15, 12, 15 pull off. He does that little 15, 12, 15 pull off. He does it twice. It's like a real stuttery kind of way of playing sometimes. This is the part that got a little confusing because he does that. He does 15, 12 on the B string to a 14 on the G. 15, 12, 15. 15, 12, 15 again. B string 15, 12, 14. A little bit of a bend on that 14. And back to the 12, 12. 15, pull off 12, 14. Whoops. There it is. So that's so weird. It's weird to play it really slow. My muscle memory is kind of already programmed to go full speed tempo. Okay, next phrase, and we did the ended on the 14 on the G string. That same 14 we just landed on, I'm going to go 14, 12, 14 on the G to the D. So he kind of ended that little rhythm for E and da 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 on a 14. And then he starts the next little beat on that same 14 he just ended on. How we're fingering you. You want to play that. Fourteen, 12. Back to the 12. We're going to bend the 14 on the G string. See how that connects? I hope that's helpful. See, I didn't do it twice. Freaking stutters. Okay, the next lick. We just landed on that 12. Next lick's going to start on the 14 on the G string. Big O bend. We got a 12, bend that 14. 12, 14, 12, pull off on the G string to the 14 on the D. Oh, love those licks. You can do those pretty quickly if you need to. Hammer, pull off. We got a big 14 bend, beat 1, beat 2, 4, 2E, and it's all on the 12 and 14 right here. And the ends on that. And that same 14. 12. On the D string. This next part, there's some shifting going on. A lot of the tablature you'll find doesn't really show these slides, but I'm pretty sure there's some slides in there. We just ended on the 12 on the D. Next, I'm going to do a really quick 14 to 12 slide. 10. Next. Then 12, 10 to 12 on the E. That's really quick. I'm, yeah. Oh, it's hard to play it slow. It's hard to break that down. When I learned it the first time, that's how I did it. One lick at a time, and even some of these licks that are pretty long, sometimes like half of a lick at a time. If there was a weird transition, or as you're transitioning to a new box, what finger to do it in. Sometimes you have to do it in. That's not that whole lick, but I had to practice that by itself. But I'm pretty sure he's sliding. So you can set up this next. Yeah, the last one. Just 12, 14, 12 on the D string and the G string. Is the tail end, that little bit used to get me that. And it is a pretty quick solo. It's pretty fast. So fitting all that in there is a fun thing to work on. Now, I probably like everyone else. The way I like to do it, I go really slow, lick by lick, learn each phrase, really slowly. Little chunks. I always tell students, it's like, if you're my age, if you're Gen X or older, you probably remember making jigsaw puzzles at home on your kitchen table or something. The younger players, and my age too, I always say it's like building a Lego set. You got all these little blocks, and you put these little blocks together into slightly bigger blocks, chunks of blocks. And that chunk of block, you get another little blocks, bigger chunk of blocks. Then you put those two chunks of blocks together. It's like building a Lego set. It's like building a jigsaw puzzle, building a model. When I was a kid, it was plastic models. That doesn't work quite as well, I don't think. Lego sets or jigsaw puzzles. In little chunks. You don't have to learn it perfectly in time the first time you go through it. You're not going to. You're going to learn them chunks at a time. And when you're really comfortable and confident in what fret and string and fingers you're doing, then you can worry about, syncing everything together, locking it together, like, hooking up, trains, I guess, syncing them together. But that's each lick, sort of piece by piece. I'll try to play through the whole thing right now really slowly so you can see it all in context. So that was connected together slowly, had a little pauses in there to kind of show you where the connection points are. I hope that you found that useful. My student Tristan, we've been working on this, and he's already got it. He just got it this last week in lessons, connected all the bits and pieces. But that was one of the things I meant to make this video for him specifically, but also for any of our other students. We have several that are tiptoeing into the realm of learning some guitar solos. And the Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath stuff is great. Now, I used to get really overly OCD about learning it exactly like the record. I learned, I think, the first solo of Iron Man, just like the record. Then we played it with the kids sometime, and then I completely just went brain dead as soon as it was time for the solo, and I just improvise a solo, and nobody knew, because nobody who was there watching the kids perform and watching us do the band thing. Nobody was a super guitar nerd, so they're like, that wasn't the solo that Tony played. Afterwards I told Angela, my wife, I was like, because she was singing and I was doing this, so I was like, man, I completely butchered that solo. She's like, what? It sounded great. I'm like, oh, well, I mean, yeah, I made it up on the spot, but that's not the solo to Iron Man. She's like, well, it sounded awesome. I'm like, well, thank you. I mean, I was in the right key, the right scale position, the right kind of licks, but it wasn't right. But no one knew. But I've watched a few videos of Tony and Black Sabbath live, and live, Tony Iommi doesn't play the solos like the record. He might play the opening lick, or if there's a real signature part in there, but he improvises that stuff sometimes. I'm like, God dang it, Tony. I've been driving myself nuts trying to play it perfectly like the record, which it was great because I learned a lot from the experience of learning it like the record. But then in that moment, in the heat of the moment, performing in front of 200 people with our students, it was like, that was probably the most Tony Iommi thing I could have done, which was just improvise the solo, which is crazy. But I highly recommend learning them like the record, because you will level up your guitar skills when you do that. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this and got some value out of it. If you did, please, the like button, leave a comment below of your favorite solo that you learned. And then if you ever messed one up completely, that would be great. Those are great stories. I think we've all done that because we're all human. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep the music alive. Don't forget, the music needs you. We need the music. We need to keep it alive for the next generation. So exciting.